This video, as you have seen from the thumbnail and the thumb title, is about the crime in the UK, right? Not bothered about anywhere else, not bothered about America, Brazil, France, Germany or anywhere else. Couldn't give a fuck, right? As we all know, or if you don't know, then where the hell have you been? A 9-year-old girl was shot dead in Liverpool the other night. Now, I did actually record this yesterday, but things have changed there. So the girl was shot by somebody they didn't know. A man was chasing another man, got into the house somehow, the man who was being chased, and then the man with the gun came in and fired bullets. Shot the man who we were chasing, shot the mother, and obviously, as we all know, killed the little girl. A little girl has been just snuffed out, just removed. And I was watching Bootneck last night, Angry Bootneck, go and watch him. Talks a lot of sense. Gives it straight to the point, no messing, no frills. And he talked of how the other side of the pond, a man was killed by the police. Didn't deserve to die, but a known criminal in the area. And anyway, that guy's death caused, well, it led to riots in America and other parts of the world. I know here in the UK we had riots and meetings and get-togethers and everything, protests. But what I find is hard to believe or to understand is that a little girl has been shot down with she was in her own house and everything. And yet the only people that seem to be angry are the people like myself. You know, your normal citizens. I can't understand why the youths that rioted of the bloke being killed in America by the police, who didn't deserve to die, so I'll say that, he didn't deserve to die. Yet the youth of today have not been out and protested and rioted and whatever. Now, I'm not encouraging riots. I don't want people to go around burning buildings down and smashing and looting. I don't want that. That's not the way forward to do anything. But I just don't understand why there isn't the anger there that there was over a known criminal in America. Now, some people, some of you will have a go at me over that. You'll probably say something and call me racist or whatever, but I'm not. I want to know, why aren't people angry over the death of a little girl like that? Why aren't people down Downing Street and outside the House of Commons wanting action, wanting change where this is stopped? Or doesn't it fit their agenda? Also, the other day, a woman was killed in her back garden through mistaken identity. Ashley Dale, sitting in a garden, and she was shot at and killed. She was a 28-year-old. She worked for Knowsley Council, employed her, and they don't think she was the intended target. Now, in 2015, her brother was shot dead through mistaken identity because he got the same curly hair as the person they were after. I don't understand this. Ava White, last Christmas, was stabbed and killed in the neck. Stabbed in the neck and killed, sorry. The boy, he got a 13-year life sentence. His lawyers tried to use ADHD as an excuse. for people now who have got ADHD and autism and other mental issues and bipolar and that, are they going to be said like, do they look at this now and think, oh shit, I've got ADHD, does that mean I might kill somebody as well? Am I going to get tarnished with that brush? I just don't understand it, what's going on. Why aren't we angry enough to actually do something? We should have learnt all this from Rhys Jones when he was shot dead in Liverpool. That poor lad, just going about his business and shot. The thing is, I've got these notes here, and I just don't understand why the government aren't doing anything. I don't understand why we, the people, are not getting more angry about it. Carol Matthews was found in cardiac arrest at his home in October 2019. His mother, Felicia Shirley, has been found guilty of manslaughter and been sentenced to 13 years in prison. 13 years, right? 13 years. Detective Chief Inspector Kate Kieran said the toddler was treated like a punch bag in the gym by Kima Brown. I couldn't give a fuck if I said his name wrong. Shirley's partner, who would hurt the child almost for fun, calling him over while he was watching TV, insisting he came closer than only to be heard beating him. I don't understand how a mother can live with a man, cook, clean, all the other stuff, and let that man punch the shit out of a child. I don't understand how this can happen. Why would anybody want to let anybody touch you who can do that to a child? Now, no doubt somebody will be saying, though, that she lives in fear. Not as much fear as that fucking kid did. That poor kid who's had the shit bit. And it just goes on. 87-year-old Thomas O'Haran, stabbed in the neck. In the market, stabbed in the neck. The bloke who's been arrested for that, I don't know whether I can say this because it might influence the fucking jury, because this is how stupid it is, has done things in the past. Sadiq Khan is doing nothing, basically. He wanted to be mayor, he wanted to tackle the problems of London, but all it seems to do in London is, all he wants to do is emissions, more emissions. Let's stop people driving into London, let's just charge them more money. He knows that people will still have to drive into London, so he can charge them a fucking fortune. But until it comes where he's going to walk his dog and he's taking his big car and he's got 2 cars to go with him. It's just ridiculous. But in London, as the date of London, in the date of 27th of July this year, 2022, 11,127 stabbings have taken place in London. So well done there, Sadiq. Well done. You're obviously on top of the fucking game. In Leicestershire, a man was stabbed and knocked unconscious in an attack at a Leicestershire nature reserve. A victim in his 20s was walking in Wilsley Woods in Oakthorpe near Measham, and he was being followed by a group of 8 to 10 men. One of the group then produced a knife and attacked him, slashed the top of his head. The man also suffered a puncture wound to his abdomen in the attack before being knocked unconscious. By the time he had woke up, the gang had left the scene. Police have not given any further information on the puncture wound, but describe it as minor. It's minor, so we'll just fucking leave that then, shall we? It's just a minor puncture wound, having a knife pulled on you and your head being slashed, and a puncture wound. It's not a fucking tyre on a bike. And then we move on to this is the state of the fucking world we're living, or the state of the country. Police officers looking at kiddie porn are being let off. I mean, it just fucking amazes me, and I don't understand how we're letting this happen. I don't understand how. There's one here. Look, sick cop. Married Renfrewshire, never heard of the fucking place, police officer who was caught with horrific children sexual abuse images. He's spared prison. James Paul, well done James Paul, 38, had pictures of toddlers being bound and assaulted in his Bishopton home, but has avoided jail because it was his first offence. Just his first offence. So, yeah. That's okay then, just his first. He's married as well. He'd included pictures of children around the same age of his daughters on a computer and a USB stick at his family home in Bishopton. I just don't understand what the fuck is going on. Why is he been let out? There's another one here. This was just August the 19th. A father of one, police officer 34, is spared jail after he was caught with thousands of child abuse images after his pregnant wife found them on his phone while she suspected him of cheating. PC Thomas Woods, 34, amassed the photographs from 2010 to 2021. The images showing considerable pain and suffering of the children. He was arrested in his home in December 2021 and he was found to have 2,000 images, and he was handed a 16-month suspended sentence. I'm just fucking amazed. But the best thing is, well, it's not the best thing, but the best thing is, for want of a better phrase, is that they just get up with it. The police just get off with it, and the police are there supposed to look after us and guard us and, you know, catch the bad ones. It's like that Robert Cousins who killed the lady. I don't like to say her name, but he basically kidnapped her, raped her, murdered her, and burnt her body and just left her. Asked for his sentence to be reduced. I honestly don't understand why that even got to that stage where he was asking for his sentence to be reduced, spending our money again. And then you have these parents and guardians killing their children, so-called parents who abused this baby called Tony Hudgel. He had to have both his legs amputated. A mother who abused her child so badly that he had to have his legs amputated could become the first prisoner to be kept behind bars. Now this is getting stupid, because this has had to take Dominic Raab to say stop this, because Jodie Simpson, at the halfway point of her 10-year prison, I mean, she only got 10 fucking years anyway, was up for parole. Why? The 24-year-old and her partner, Anthony Smith, 47, was both given 10-year prison sentences in 2018 for torturing their birth son, Tony Hudgel. Smith, now this, right, I'll move on to that bit. Tony, the little boy, he's now 7, suffered from torn ligaments, broken fingers and contracted sepsis as a result of the torture he endured. He was on the verge of dying before the doctors saved his life and had to amputate both his legs. Now, the father, Anthony Smith, once the prisoners who were serving time with found out about this, apparently kicked the shit out of him and beat him up with a tin of tuna and a sock or something. It's all there. Go read it. You know, and the worst thing is, out of this thing, that Anthony Smith will probably put a claim in against the prison office for not protecting him, and he'll probably get a large payout. Fucking unbelievable. But what it is now is that I'm going to move on to the youth of today. At the weekend, around 50 people or 50 kids invaded McDonald's in Nottingham, robbed the place, took food and drinks, probably intimidated customers, and the police have made absolutely fuck all arrests. None. Nothing. Zilch. At the time of this is 24th of August, 2 o'clock. no arrests have made, as I know of. I just don't understand it. There is absolutely fuck all fear factor in our youth of today, because they know they can pretty much get away with anything. They can even video themselves doing the crimes, and they know they just won't get caught. They won't get done. Won't get done at all. Nothing happened. Nothing. Fuck all. Nothing. Fuck all. Fuck all. Nothing. Fuck all. There's no fear factor. I mean, it's like nowadays, you can see them on the news, can't you, or on TikTok or whatever it is. And you've got youths walking around with fucking disc cutters, cutting bike locks and just taking bikes. They're just gone. Anybody who tries to stop them, they get fucking threatened. It is absolutely ridiculous. I want to start, right, dishing out punishment that fits the crime. I don't care if a kid, right, doing these crimes comes from a broken home. I don't care. I'm from a broken home. My dad left home. My mum and dad split up. June's mum and dad, they split up. Yeah. I didn't go around nicking. I didn't go around carrying a fucking weapon. I didn't go around dealing drugs. Now, granted, I probably live in a better part of the world than some of these kids, but I just don't understand it. We need to start fitting the punishment to the crime that is committed. I personally think we need boot camps, right? I think if you're caught carrying a knife, or you beat somebody up, or you rob somebody, and you're under the age of 18, you go to boot camp, right? 2-3 years boot camp. No contact with the outside world, right? Apart from, I'd say once you get contact with the outside world. So if you're, I'd say Christmas Day, right? I'm a decent kind of bloke, I think I'm fair. You put them in boot camp, right? You get them up at fucking you get them up at 5 in the morning, yomping, yeah, doing all that, smashing rocks, cleaning coal, digging ditches, mailbags. Let's get some good old fashioned punishment in, yeah? No contact with the outside world apart from Christmas Day. So if you go to boot camp in the middle of April, your dad dies in June, Christmas Day you get the letter, your dad's dead. He's already gone. We've already buried him, gone. That's if your dad's still around and he ain't fucked off. But if somebody dies in your family, yeah, you find out on Christmas Day. Merry Christmas. You've stabbed somebody, you've killed somebody, you've done whatever. Fucking boot camp. Boot camp. No contact with the outside world, no bloody mobile phones, no nothing gets smuggled in, no fuck all, yeah? Let's start making punishment mean punishment. And I also say something else, that if you're in these boot camps and you do have a go back at these people, the ones who are running it, you get 6 months added on straight away. Yeah? These boot camps could be run by ex-prison officers, ex-police officers, ex-army, ex-navy, ex-air force, anything. Yeah? Security guards, put them in there. Let them run it. Give them some good old-fashioned punishment. The other thing is that we don't deport criminals enough. You've seen it on the news where somebody's being deported back to wherever, and the passengers find out, and then they all start protesting and saying human rights and all that, and then it turns out that the person has been then taken off the plane so the plane can take off, and then it's like he's probably a rapist or a murderer or a kiddie fiddler. Yeah, and you've all stood up and gone, yeah, we've saved them. What the fuck have you? Get your fucking nose out. They're going back for a reason. Yeah, they're going back for a reason to keep them off our streets, to protect people like you. I don't want them to go into open prisons and all that. I don't want them to have access to phones and fuck all. Let's make prison, yeah? I just can't fucking believe it. It's like at the moment is that if your house gets burgled, right, and you phone up the police, and it was there in the other day in the news that this place had like so many burglaries and not one had been solved. You phone up the police, say I've been burgled, and they like give you a crime number, and nobody comes out. You just have to clean it all up, and there's nobody comes out for fingerprints or fuck all, and that's it, yeah. But you can put an offensive or a so-called offensive tweet. Somebody has to take the offence on Facebook or Twitter or another one of these fucking useless social media paces. You do that and they'll come around and arrest you. And then there was a bloke arrested on the other day, and they handcuffed him, took him away, and they said, like, well, you either pay a fine or you go on a course that changes the way of your thinking. So you go on a course to change your way of thinking, so they're controlling the way you think. That don't sound like freedom to me. It sounds more like you're the criminal. You may as well go and burgle somebody's house, because you won't get chased after that. But do something on fucking Twitter and Facebook, they'll think again. They'll come at you, get you. Now, the British government can send millions of pounds all over the world, yet we can't sort ourselves out, can we? We send money in foreign aid so we can actually have a say in the way their countries run. I thought the empire was pretty much done. I didn't think we did all that shit anymore. We've sent 4 billion to Ukraine to help them, and I've seen on the internet, now I'm not saying it's true or not, because I've always said don't believe everything you read, but this is something that I could actually believe, that on the dark web you can buy weapons, and there's a fair chance they've either come from a European country, UK or America, and you can buy them on the dark web from Ukraine. So I fucking don't know. It's ridiculous. But the other thing is, when this Ukraine and Russia conflict, war, whatever you want to call it, ends, do you think we're going to get any of that £4 billion back? And what do you think is going to happen to the weapons that we've gave out? So if we've gave out a load of weapons, of rifles and handguns and whatever, do you think Ukraine are just going to, you can have all them back? There you go, Boris. Oh, you're not there no more, are you, Boris? Got rid of you, didn't they? Yeah, right. We've got a few gone missing, though. Right. So where do you think they're going to fucking end up? Where do you think the weapons that we've sent out to Ukraine are going to end up? I'd say there's a fair chance they're going to end up on the streets of fucking Liverpool. We need police officers, right? And I'm not having a go at the police here, because there are some good police officers, you know, who work hard and try to do the right thing. But we need police officers doing police work, catching criminals. There's a well-known bit at the moment of Lincolnshire police officers dancing at a Pride March. Yeah? I don't want to see that. I want to see a police officer being a fucking police officer. Now, if something, let's just say, right, you got some lunatic who has a certain feeling for gays that's a bad way, gets a machete out and starts walking around and just hacking at people, right? And there you got the police doing the old bloody Macarena. Can we just tune in and do the fucking job you're meant to do? I don't want to hear this about, oh, we're trying to build a relationship. There isn't a relationship to be built. The relationship is, you get paid to be a police officer, you police, yeah? The Lincolnshire police officer, chief fucking whatever he is, he's proud of it. He would be proud of it, wouldn't they? Hey, he would be proud of it. I want police officers to be police officers. I don't think that's a fucking too much to ask. That's where our tax money goes. I don't want to see police officers doing that. I want them to see them being police officers and patrolling. It was the other day that there was a Pride event, didn't want the police there. It's just fucking unbelievable. They want you to make, the public want to feel safe when they're walking around the streets. If you make an error while driving, right, I don't want to be, if I'm in a different part of the country and I don't know where I am and I've accidentally gone into the wrong lane, yeah, and I make a mistake, or anybody else, I don't need somebody jumping out of an Audi or a Beamer or a Merc or whatever, yeah, coming at me with a machete just because I've made a fucking error. I don't do it. There's no need. People make mistakes. So why do you need this? I need to be able... We want to be able to walk down the streets without looking behind us, just in case. Do you people out there want to feel that? Do you want to be able to walk down the streets of Loughborough and feel safe? Because at the moment you see a gang of lads and you don't feel fucking safe. You don't. And that, I mean, I drove down, I've been in London a few times, went to the beer festival, and you're driving through and you're thinking, fucking hell. I walked from a hotel to the beer festival and I'm walking by and I'm thinking, fucking hell, I don't feel safe. I don't feel fucking safe. And that should never be happening in this country. But what I can see happening is, right, is that people will start protecting themselves. Your normal person will start protecting themselves. They'll be starting to carry some kind of weapon. And I'm not saying do it, but this is how it's getting, because we don't feel that the police are doing the job, because they're not doing the job. You get shouted down when you think of things. You know, when you say things, you get shouted down. It's at the moment, right? At the moment, what I think is happening, right, is that things are happening in this country. We're being distracted. Things are taking place. We've got this new bill coming in, ain't we? And that's controlling us and doing all this and doing that, and we can't. And I think what's happening is we're all being distracted by these fucking utility bills. Everybody's shitting themselves over these utility bills. People can't thinking, where the fuck am I going to find £5 to heat my house and feed my kids? And we're all looking at this. And while we're looking at this, something over there is fucking happening. We're being distracted. Now, no doubt some of you will be saying conspiracy theory, tin fucking hat and all that, and I don't care. I would rather sit here and say I don't trust what's happening. When you look at things and the way they've happened, it's like you've only got to look at Gordon Brown when he told everybody to ignore a certain group of people. It's there. Gordon Brown said, ignore the gangs. Just move on. And if a Prime Minister can do that, what else can they fucking do? You've got people like Bill Gates who are paying the media to say things, to do things. Our government are paying the media to say things, to do things, to get you to go along with it. Bill Gates has gave The Guardian £13 million. Why? What the fuck's it got to do with him? What we do? And if he can do that, and the government can do that, and we're being told one thing, what the fuck are we missing? Why aren't we angry about this child being killed in Liverpool? Why aren't we fucking screaming from the rooftops, do something? But what they'll do is they'll turn around and say, we can't afford more police because of COVID. All the money's gone on COVID. On the furlough, help out to eat out, or eat out to help out, or fucking whatever it was. They'll be saying there's no money. It's all fucking gone. Yet we can find $4 billion to get to Ukraine. But what really pisses me off, is the fact that our politicians, right, this is happening. The cost of living crisis, or the COVID crisis, that we should really call it. We've got kids being killed on the streets, or in their own home. We've got kids being killed on the streets. We've got blokes being stabbed in the throat in the fucking market. We've got police officers who are looking at kiddie porn, who are getting away with it. They're not going to prison, so they're getting away with it, right? Getting away with it. And our politicians are on holiday wanking it off. 6.5 weeks these fuckers have got while this country fucking burns, and I'm fed up with it. Somebody said on Twitter the other day that these MPs work hard. 7 days a week, 12 hours a day. Do they fuck? They don't fucking work hard. They can't work that hard because half of them have got 2 or 3 jobs. raking the money in. But I've just done a bit of research. The House of Commons, right, the chamber, they start work at Monday at 2:30 till 2:30. On Tuesday and Wednesdays they start at 10:30. No, right, Monday 10:30, 2:30 to 10:30. Tuesday and Wednesdays 11:30 a.m. till 7:30 p.m. Thursday 9:30 a.m. till 5:30. Friday, if they can be asked to turn up, they start at 9:30 till 3. So they're hardly working 12-hour days. People, oh yeah, but they're doing this and they're doing fuck all. They're doing fuck all. My MP, Jane Hunt's too busy taking a fucking photo opportunity. They don't give a fuck about us. They don't care. They don't care. That they don't. I've got no faith in the fucking politicians. I've got no faith in the judicial system. At this moment, the criminal is always being made out to be the victim. It's very rare that I think we actually see a proper sentence. They've always got an excuse. They've always got some, oh, well, he's had a tough upbringing. Oh, well, they did this. Oh, well, they did that. Couldn't give a fuck. Couldn't give a fuck. Just punish them. Punish them. And they say, oh, it's not, it's a deterrent. It's a deterrent. How are you supposed to rehabilitate them? I don't fucking care. I don't care. Punish them. Let the punishment fit the crime. Are you people with me? Do you understand me? No doubt there'll be a few out there who will disagree with me and have a go at me. Yeah? Because you do, that's what you do. Some people just do that anyway for a reaction. Well done, you'll get a reaction. Your reaction is, fuck you. I want people to feel safe. I want my kid to walk the streets around here and be safe. Yeah? Now, I don't normally do this. Right? I don't normally do this because I don't believe in it. But on this occasion, I'm going to make a difference. On this one, I want you to like it. I want you to like the video. And I want you to share this video. Yeah? I want you to share it to your local MPs and say that a member of the public is very unhappy with the state of our fucking country because the people in charge are fucking useless. Yeah? Send it to your MP. And if there's any MPs that do actually sit down and watch the full fucking half hour of this, would you like to come on my BVM Presents podcast and have a chat? Would you like to come and just have a chat with a normal bloke, a normal voter? Yeah? So we can talk about the crime and what's happening. Yeah? And what you're going to do about it. Because at this moment, politicians are doing fuck all. They're not doing anything. Don't care, do they? They say they care, but they don't really. If they cared, they'd be getting all this sorted out. So, yeah, please like and please share this video and please send it to your local MP. If you're as angry as I am, send it to your MP. I'll have them on the BVM Presents podcast. I'll pay them to come on because they can take it out the fucking expenses that in tax that we're all paying. Yeah?